Alright, back. The mystery of Amida. Amida. Hmm. Pints. So I had to save my game so I could play Gauntlet. Oh, something here has a. Oh, there is the Stonehenge right here has collision. Okay. And it said that there's a portal. I'm like, oh, there's a portal that I came in from. So it's like, oh, this is supposed to be a portal. I didn't put that together. I didn't think this looked like a portal just by itself. I didn't pay that much attention to it. But yeah, it would have worked really nicely. It's not clear that, like, these are steps up to this area, this portal up here. And obviously the NES color limitations make it pretty difficult to use color differences to create a depth of look to. No, I think that would have made this, that it was feasible to make this look like it had more depth, was to put lines in the tops or bottoms of the tiles to have a little bit of shade or light at the top and bottom of the steps. But I know how hard it is to do, to make things work in this game. We gotta go. Back. Oh. Thought I was gonna be a real cool guy there. Down through this. And then take my raft and ride it. There's no encounters. And here... no spell here? Refresh. You will find a raft. Yeah, did that. Desert Tower, you will need to take a leap of faith. Yeah, I did that. There are like... it doesn't take a great leap of faith to jump in a palace, because the deaths, you know, there's lava where you're gonna die. If there's not lava, it's a transition. It's not really scary. Did I never come in here? Sure don't remember this cave. You were supposed to jump into that beam, buddy. Oh. Magic container. That's helpful. Not that magic is very expensive. I don't know how I didn't end up going there. Jeez. There was a place where I was gonna need jump to get something, and then south of, oh, right, there was something here. I did go down here. Do. Oh yeah, sure. How am I gonna get over there? When am I gonna get over there? Ah. Hey, Taco. It's a good ROM hack. Chris host. It's a good ROM hack. It does a nice job of, like I say about ROM hacks, you want to make it familiar in some ways and different in other ways, and it does that quite well. The overworld doesn't really feel at all like derivative of the vanilla world. The way the game flows and unlocks, yeah. I've already beaten this one, got a raft out of it. Ride the raft. So pretty quickly we went to the East Continent, and now I'm already actually in another continent, I believe, Maze Island. Not 100% about that. We're going to walk around a little bit. I don't think there was anything to find, but there are no overworld encounters, so it's like... Got all the time in the world if you want to check all the tiles. I don't even think I looked over here. Not that I have a hammer. I say things like, this doesn't feel derivative of the original overworld, but that's not in itself that important. Like Journey of a Day, I think it has a great overworld, and it does resemble the vanilla overworld in some ways. So that's not really a problem. Journey of a Day has plenty of problems, but I think just you know, a little bit of certain things being different. Game has a good tone. I don't... There are some Zelda II ROM hacks out there that I don't find the tone to be particularly fitting. So, I fell in a hole, I transitioned, so I should still be in the East Continent now. I saved a kid, I got Reflect from this town. I'm gonna refill my health. And now, this, I believe, that's a continent connector. So I've gone to a different continent. And we're almost back to where I had to turn off the game the other day. Ah! The kid, I think, was just to the right. I have to remember the way to go. Now these look like a certain cave from Vanilla DM. A little bit That's not a bad thing. Music by BGT. So supposedly that little isolated area was the prison camp. And to escape it, you have to go through the Underworld. That's what this area is called, the Underworld. They've done something pretty good here. It's not obvious design-wise, but you can't see any other parts of the overworld from here. That's a good thing to do if you're trying to... Unless you're trying to lead the player somewhere. I have to have Fairy to go up that way. Show the player what you want them to see. In this case, just what little area we're in. Makes it feel more enclosed. There was a Karok here I killed. Had to get the reflect spell to do it. So now new territory. That's where I stopped, more or less. There came a couple screens in here and then I had to go. I don't even think I've gone right. Need key. We have 50/50s in here, so we might be using Palace 4 mechanics. This hack, it's got a few bits of hacking to it to make it different from the original game, so I wouldn't be surprised by certain mechanical things not lining up, like if Palace 4, which we're in, if Palace 4 didn't do everything the original Palace 4 did, like have 50/50 jar bags, have certain enemy sets, whatever. The hack notes said that enemy HPs rebalance no more big bags of HP, big punching bags, enemies, but honestly, it doesn't seem like, I don't see how that's really true. I mean, Blue Iron Knuckle stuff to have a lot of HP. The only way to really do that is to scale down how the growth curve for attack value, and then bring all the enemies down too. But it seems like it's fine. I just don't see how it's different. Hey, come on. Get him. Oh, don't you fall down the elevator. In the original game, enemies can feel like big bags of hit points when you're under leveled, especially Blue Iron Knuckles. It happens in Rando where they're like 20 hits. Yeah, I mean, that's just very annoying. It's a little late to use shield now. Interesting that there's different levels where the dirt is, where the brick is built on top of the ground. Attack. Elevator. We have 2 keys. Yes. That is correct. Yeah, big surprise, we need more keys. Keys are... yeah. I could fall here, though. This is one of the oddities that happens. Oh, and that too. That elevator, there you can make an elevator 2 ways. You can make an object like a neutral elevator, like it's part of the tile set, and you can make an elevator that's an enemy. The enemy elevator, it sits a couple pixels offset, so it looks kind of funny sometimes, especially if it's in a shaft. But in an open shaft like this, an enemy elevator probably wouldn't look too weird, especially if you change the ground below it, so it's not as obvious. And then I think the enemy elevator will spawn wherever you tell it to, but the other elevator spawn, like if you fall into a screen, the elevator spawns at the top, so you have to go reload it. But going back to the key thing, it's kind of common in hacks to like design these dungeons where the correct, like the path to the boss you can find it quickly, but it has like several key doors, and so you have to go through the whole palace to find the keys, and I'm not actually a fan of that. As I was saying it, I'm realizing maybe people like that, because that's kind of the way that other, like, later Zelda games are, aren't they? Where really you get sent down all these different wings of dungeons just to go find a frickin' key. But I just liked Shadow and Night, the way it did keys so much. Like, they were a true puzzle of the game. It wasn't like, oh, there's your key door. Well, you're just gonna go back a screen, up some elevator, down a little wing, and grab the key, and that's gonna be it. It was really like, that key is hidden. That key is a quest unto itself, and they were really, really well hidden. Shadow Knight is fantastic. In some ways, it's a total pain in the ass. It's pretty difficult from a simple point of view of damage and like resources that you have. You get put into, you're put up against Guma relatively early. And on my last playthrough, I only had like 4 going to Guma and maybe 4 heart containers. It was a one-shot. And that was on the easy hack version. I'm like, yeah, dude. Because I went back to I went back to Shadow Knight to give it the benefit of the doubt. And, because, you know, Ice Penguin's ROM hacks, he made Journey of a Day and Shadow Knight and Zelda 2 Part 2 and 3. You know, he gets a lot of criticism. A lot of, you know, Zelda 2 players kind of hate those. They're too hard. They're too obtuse. Which, in a few spots, is fair, but I think that they're a lot better games than they get credit for. And when I went back, I found that Shadow Knight is mostly pretty fair, but the early Guma and a couple of other things that you don't necessarily need are hidden in very weird ways. How am I supposed to get to this? Yeah. Posing. Oh, okay, those don't have a ton of HP. Well, that's different. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, there's not a separation between a key graphic and a key pickup spot. They should be the same spot, but it's possible that a hack was put in. I would hope that this is just a puzzle. Like, what if I could just upstab this and then go up elevator? Interesting. I'm not... In Shadow Knight, one of the keys, the way to solve it, other than trial and error, is to map out the dungeon and realize that there's just a hole in the map. There's a hole in the map and you're supposed to get to it. Just like in Hellwalker on the Overworld, there's a hole in the map. You should try to get to it. But here, I'm not sure where the hole in the map is. I haven't mapped it, but it doesn't seem very complicated at this point. Invis wall? Yeah, I mean, a different one than I tried to check. Like, what was up here? In the raw room? On the left of the raw room? I checked that? I'll head back that way in a moment. We're near the start of the dungeon. There's not that much going on here yet. This is the boss room. It's a boss at the beginning of the dungeon. Rub your face against every surface. Well, that's what I was getting back to with the whole Shadow of Night thing. Is that what a lot of people seem to do when they're faced with a challenge in a ROM hack is trial and error. Sometimes it's necessary, sometimes it's... I mean, necessary is when the hack does nothing, gives you no other avenue to discover the solution than trial and error. And rarely is that actually the case. It's just that sometimes the path is so obscure or obtuse that trial and error ends up being the way to solve it. And trial and error includes just, yeah, pushing on every wall. Or if you're faced with a maze that, like, is, there we go. There it is. Pretty far back. The face of the maze that keeps spitting you out of it. A lot of people just go straight like, oh, this is bullshit, I'm getting trolled, trial and error solution. But it's not, that wasn't the case in Shadow of Night. There's actually some rules that were presented from the beginning of the maze of caves that when followed would get you to the right place without error. That was pretty far back. But, you know, if I were paying more attention to just this dungeon, I'd have probably better remembered. Where all I could go. Legacy of the Wizard. Yeah, no, Legacy of the Wizard, I don't know how you're supposed to solve that game. That game is super trial and error. I really don't know how you're supposed to solve that game otherwise. The game's impossible. I'm actually a little bit confused by the dungeon layout here. I haven't been here yet. How have I missed an entire wing? Oh, I know how I have. Because I went up the first elevator in the dungeon. I went up the other day, and then I turned around immediately and went back to the beginning. And then stopped playing. There's no... Okay. There is wall here. I know. The rooms do look alike, which is another good trick. Make rooms look alike when they're not. Make, you know, if somebody's not paying attention. Shadow of Night's a terrific Zelda II hack. It's still probably the best one as far as puzzles. Like, trying to solve the game. It has the best, like, you know, tricks. Mind games with the player. Hello. Oh, yeah, original Metroid? Wow. It's just that Shadow Knight's also really punishing, and it has, yeah, it could use a rebalance, like a Shadow Knight friendly play rebalance where the spells don't cost so damn much. But honestly, even that, I tried to do a rebalance of Journey of a Day, and the more I worked on it, the more I thought I was like, I lost confidence in the concept, because the price of magic is supposed to deter you from trial and error and make you think more about how you're using magic and when you should use it, and be more, you know, conservative with your magic spending. And that's only really a problem just because of how hard the game is. Otherwise, it's not a problem at all. It's just a balance issue. And that's what I was trying to address with Journey of the Day, is that it's a balance issue, but it would... right in the face. But balance is really hard. Game balance is... it's like, wow. Game balance is a tough thing to work on. Boots! Alright, I'll grab him. Hey Buzz, are you here? That's it. We got our boots, and here's a... nice. I died in the Plane of Hate again. That's 3 times now. I went back last night with another rogue. We were better prepared. So we got ported up and we were fine. We snuck over to the place where our epic quest item spawns. It wasn't up, so we had to wait, and it's a 10-hour respawn time. So it could have been a very long wait, and it was. I'm just standing there, and Plane of Hate's fucking dangerous because it's considered an outdoor zone, so like the walls don't fucking mean anything most of the time. But we had been standing there for several minutes safe, and then all of a sudden, a train of shit comes at me and kills me, but not the other rogue, which is good, I guess. I don't know how I got aggro, no fucking idea. Couldn't use my cap to get out in time. Lost my level again. Got level 46 back and got ported straight back up because we didn't have a reser to, you know, my body's buried. No reser. I'm like, man, I shouldn't go back up, but you know, this time I'm not gonna fuck up. I've got my cap, I can leave, I can instantly warp out of the zone. So I left it running all night because I didn't want to camp out, because I wouldn't be invisible anymore if I camped out as a rogue. I'd have to log back in and hope not to get aggro before I could invis myself. So I left it on all night, and then the other rogue got her thing, so I was gonna go post my character up there. And I was walking, and I walked through a bunch of shit, and then I'm walking up the ramp to where it is, and suddenly I get hit in the back. I'm like, fuck, something saw me, and I didn't even see what was coming, or how much of it. So I got my cap on my cursor, I put it in my bag, I clicked it, and it's like, item has no charges. And I'm just like, I died. I didn't even know yet why I died, because it all happened within like 3 seconds. I got hit in the back, I got my cap, I clicked it, I fucking died. But I got to look at the chat log after I died and it said the item had no charges, and I'm like, oh, come the fuck on. I've never even used the thing. So I'm back to being like level 45 and 99%. Fucking mess. I hate it now. I do hate it. It sucks. The item I'm trying to get spawns at 6:06 p.m. Eastern. It fucking sucks. Okay, we're back in the other world. But I want to go swimming in other places. Oh well. The worst balanced NES game is Dance Aerobics. There's play balance in Dance Aerobics? Or is that a pun? No, I thought it was a pun to begin with, but... but, you know, it's like, maybe I don't understand. You think I'll get jump in that town back there? Eh. Probably. How much crap do I have to backtrack for with my jump spell? I don't even remember. I probably won't get it right away though, will I? Uh-oh, old man's lost. He said the thing. Mountain temple lies in the west. Some noises come from below. The old man's gone. This very much resembles Ruto in terms of color and dirt tile. Ha! I just went right down the fucking picnic table. How am I this good? So here's something that cracks me up about Zelda II, is how much the people want to put the crosses back into the game. They're like, oh, Nintendo of America took some crosses out of the original game. Like, yeah! So fucking what? People got fucking hard-ons for crosses in Zelda 2, and I'm like, but why? Why do you guys want crosses in Zelda 2? Is Jesus fucking here? Do they know Jesus? Did they crucify people and then make the emblem of their faith the fucking murder weapon? Yeah, put Stars of David in. David. Make it Bokanon. The crucifix is the fucking murder weapon in the story. The religion of Pavlov. You think it's the nails? The flying spaghetti monster boss in Castlevania 2? Hold on. RuneScape has a flying spaghetti monster. So, oh right, jump spell, go here. Did I do that? No. Were we not? Morning. Hold up, got some gymnastics to do. Parkour! Ugh! Can I water walk this at all? Huh, I get to choose. What'd they tell me? I'm going to the graveyard. I ain't scared. Oh my god, maybe I should be. This is very much like a you shouldn't be here type of thing. You've got invisible eyeballs, a long screen, a lava pit. That's telling you not to go that way. Morning. MTI. Ooh. Oh, fun.